traffic cry when you hear me sing. Everything I've done, I'm left with grief. Always wanna go, but never leave. Being alone in this desperate place. Drinks all day to forget my hate. Consumed from what doesn't fade. I fear I fell from grace.
Said you wouldn't go, I'm saying goodbye. Holding up for years you pushed aside. Faded like a ghost in the dark night. Saving myself from the beast inside. The tears running down, I'm barely alive. Make it go away for a peace of mind. Slit my wrist to save your life. Kiss your face, but the memories died.
Back in my past, I'm leaving this place. Watching the tears roll off your face. When things get hard, I run away. Try to find love as I drink in the day. Forgot why I'm here, writing this pain. Fucked my hope and I'll have it made. Down little hide, broken and afraid. I need to seek shelter, rise above the grave.
Said you wouldn't go, I'm saying goodbye. Holding up for years you pushed aside. Faded like a ghost in the dark night. Saving myself from the beast inside. The tears running down, I'm barely alive. Make it go away for a peace of mind. Slit my wrist to save your life. Kissed your face, but the memories died. Said you wouldn't go, I'm saying goodbye. Holding up for years you pushed aside. Faded like a ghost in the dark night. Saving myself from the beast inside. The tears running down, I'm barely alive. Make it go away for a peace of mind. Slit my wrist to save your life. Kissed your face, but the memories died.
Good evening. Tarnation TV is live on the internet. Imagine that. This is a Talladega Nights race. This is the Fast and Furious season number 1, race number 10. My name is Mitchell Carruthers, and I am joined here with Warburton Dixon.
Whoa.
Good evening, Mr. Good evening, Warburton.
Good evening to you too, man whose name I also know.
I can't remember what it was now.
I can't remember what your name was.
Joined with Brad. Too much fun, man.
I like it. It looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty big race tonight. Let's try that again.
Do you want to quit the broadcast and come back and try again?
Take two. Yeah. No, race 10 tonight. This is going to be the final one before the elimination, right? Where the top, this is for the top 10. Is this not right? And then the next one, next Friday, is the race for the top 5. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so right now, this is the 10th race. This is the final points race to guarantee your shot at a championship. So on screen right there, actually I actually have my ticker rolling. That's just practice information. I'll shut that off. The top 10 drivers right there, right now, after the official standings from last week, will be racing for the championship. Of course, I'm looking at that list. I'm thinking those bottom 4 or 5 guys, and then the other position, maybe 11 to even 14, all those spots are still up for grabs, I'm thinking.
I might even, depending on how the top 10 finish, I'd even go as far as 15, right? So you said 180 points for a win. Mm-hmm. If Billy Elliser can pull it out at 885, he'd have enough to get into the top 10, assuming that the bottom, like 6 through 10, 5 through 10, finish lower than that. I don't know.
It is mathematically possible, yeah.
It's possible. So you're telling me there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. That is a chance, though, because of Keith Bynum, as you can see there on the current points standings here after 9 races, is currently with 1,031 points. If he finishes like last tonight and Ellisor wins the race, he could make that hop. Because even finishing last, Keith will still gather a bunch of points. And that's also assuming Keith is here this evening, which he is. So,
he is. Good.
Ellisor,
I would imagine, are we missing many people from the field tonight? I would think that most people would be here because this is a pretty big race in terms of, I guess, if you're knocked out of the standings, maybe some of the lower standings might not be shown. But what's the field looking like tonight?
Tonight, it looks like a pretty full room. I mean, most of these guys are here, and they're going to be here even into race 11 and 12, even if they're not in the championship. Points technically stop when they lock in that 10, but here at Talladega Nights, they still keep tracking those points. So the drivers that do show up, even though they're not racing for a championship, they could still be racing for that top spot, for the people that didn't make it. So at least it's worth their while to show up. Well, they're not tracking points anymore. I'm just not going to show up. Well, they are still technically tracking points, and it'll be kind of a neat little thing to watch kind of from the sidelines to see how you would have finished, right?
Oh, absolutely. Not to mention that, but also those racing for their personal best too, trying to do a little bit better than the last season or two, and seeing, hey, I finished, 30th last year and this year 25th. Bumping up, right? It's all for fun anyways. The points are made up and nothing really matters.
And you can help your buddies too, right? Why just sit out a race? You might as well show up and, Tom Dixon helping Bob Dixon. Why wouldn't you show up and, why wouldn't the Lovels all just show up? Greg Lovell firmly holding on to first place right now with 4 wins at the top of this. He's locked in, but, the entire Lovell family plays this game. So for Brian and Danny not to show up and, lend a hand, plus all the other guys they race with in other leagues, like everybody still has teammates that may not be in those championship numbers, but those guys are still going to come out to help their buddies.
Right. And yeah, for the overall point standing too, I mean, there's only 72 points between first and second place. Ken Roberts, respectable 1405 for the season, right? Not much at all. I mean, that's the difference of, obviously Greg Lovell is going to be finishing I would assume he'd be in top 10 finishes based on some previous stats of the race, and we'll get into that later on. But he's had a great season, of course. So you could tell he's some solid driving. And,
wild.
There's 70 points difference between first and second. There's a really tight gap between second and third from third to seventh, or even 1262 down to 1143. So there's a 120 point gap there too. So everybody in the top 10, I'd be curious to see how they shuffle. What I'm really looking forward to seeing is how everybody that's just on the outside of the cutoff line, watching them race tonight and seeing what kind of show they're going to put on.
Yeah, it's kind of that bottom, I'd say, like from position number 7 with Stephen Branstetter, Robert Breedlove, Bob Dixon, Keith Bynum being in right now, with Mark Pagula, Bobby Farrell, Chris Elliott, Randy Claflin, and maybe Randy Claflin and maybe Billy Ellisor. But I mean, it's definitely those 6 or 7, 8 guys that can definitely flip flop around. And those drivers are here this evening. Let me see. I'm looking at the driving room. We've got Robert Breedlove. Do we have Stephen Branstetter?
Let me see.
I don't see Stephen.
Ooh. Hopefully everything's all right there.
Yeah, some guys can't make races. It's Friday night. Steven's number is... What number is Stephen Branstetter? 510? He is here, yes. 510, so he is here. Robert Breedlove is 931. He is here. Bobby Dixon is not here. As we just we're talking to Jeff in behind the scenes. Bob Dixon cannot make it tonight, so that's 9th place is going to get 0 points tonight.
Ooh.
So that's with Bob being removed from 9th place, somebody's going to get in that isn't in there right now, because as long as they start the race, they'll get the points.
Yeah, right.
So looking good
that's
for
too
Mark.
bad.
It's unfortunate, yeah.
I mean, it's always, one person's misfortune is always an opportunity for someone else. So it's obviously too bad that Bob couldn't make it there for tonight's race. But, obviously these things come up, real life happens, and sometimes you got to do the grown-up stuff.
Thing, yeah, but then again, the best thing to do, because we're in this simulator, we can just blame it on the hauler didn't make it to the track in time, and when they showed up, they had Firestone tires, and those were illegal to run, so he got disqualified. We could just make some story up that happened in the racing world. The 43 hauler broke down on I-81 and couldn't make it to Alabama.
They ran out of left turn power steering fluid, and it's a real shame. They can't keep going.
Speaking
to
of
the tower. Jeffrey Elliott to the tower.
Jeffrey Elliott. I've never heard of him. What's up, man?
Well, hello, Blaine Donlin and Brad. How do you see? Was it let come in?
That's right.
Hey, I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. Anyways,
good work.
Are we live by any chance?
Live Tarnation TV, yes, on the YouTube machine.
Well, like I always say, hello to the fans, and we're going to bring you up, Blaine, to do our driver introductions. Hopefully these guys behave themselves. You know how it gets up here. But are you ready? We are ready. You just come up, I'll pull you in, and once you, for a second or two, then you chime in with me like you always do and give it back to me, and we'll get it on. We'll definitely figure it out. All right, buddy. Here we go. Here we go. On our way to watch driver introductions before they qualify this evening.
Where he could get it at.
I do, but I can't post anything over here.
But they could give you rights to.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you you guys again, like on a Friday night, everybody's out here again racing. So this is live on YouTube again. A lot of fun calling these races. I'm going to watch some trucks go around this track, and I'll give it right back to Jeffrey. Thanks for coming out, guys, and looking forward to a great race.
Thanks, Mr. Blaine. It's always a pleasure for you to come out and broadcast Talladega Nights, special event here on a Friday night. So I think it's your third one, so thanks for coming out. We're going to start the audience with the number 0 car, my good friend, Pat.
Pat McCarsky, Brownsburg, Indiana, Talladega Nights, Tarnation TV, Wounded Warriors, number 0 Dodge Ram.
Gary Hauser, Number 3, GM Goodrich Chevrolet out of Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Bobby Farrell, Frederica, Delaware. Number 7, Cummins Throwback Ford F-150.
Chris Elliott driving the number 9 Dodge Doritos truck out of Mooresville, North Carolina.
Kelly Causey from Loosedale, Mississippi, driving the 00 Bucky's Chevrolet.
Larry Wyndham, Blue Mountain, Mississippi, driving the 09 F-150 Russ Milne Ford.
Gary Mingus, driving the number 12 Goodrich Chevrolet from Tallahassee, Florida.
Ray Hullick Jr., driver of the number 18 Sirius XM satellite radio from Apollo, Pennsylvania.
Randy Claflin from Cutlerville, Michigan, the Mobile One Ford F-150.
22.
Randy Wall.
Greg Palmer.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Number 22, double deuce. Sorry.
Greg Palmer driving out of Lewis, Delaware, driving the 22 Flamin' Hooters. Good luck, guys.
Doug Hulick, 23. Is he in Pennsylvania as well, Ray?
Yeah, he's from Plum, PA.
He must be out there shoveling the driveway, but
There ain't no snow here.
He says good luck to all you guys.
Go 23.
Billy Ellisor, driving the number 26 Flintstone Chevy.
Mark Pagley from Gainesville, Georgia, driving the 28 Wood Brothers Ford.
Kenny Carroll driving the 41 Dodge.
Ken Roberts, 55, driving the Texas Pete Hot Sauce Chevrolet, West Bend, Wisconsin.
Jeffrey Elliott driving number 56 Mountain Dew Chevrolet from Mooresville, North Carolina. Good luck, all.
Keith Bynum driving the number 63 Hubcap Annie Chevrolet Silverado from Austell, Georgia.
Number 68, Outlaw, Sarnia, Ontario. Give a shout out to Jasper, Trevor, Hannah, and Dylan. Thanks for watching.
Craig Egley out of Paducah, Kentucky, in the 82 Inco Special Metals Ford F-150.
Number 89, Tracy Anders in the Black Rifle Coffee Toyota. Hi, Mom.
Mike Mangialardi, Federal Way, Washington, driving the 0T9 Ford Blackhawk Down car. Give a shout out to my buddies watching tonight at the Rainier Room. Have fun, everybody.
Brian Lovell, driving the number 043 from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Nate Balser, number 079 Monster Energy truck out of Seattle, Washington. Thank you to my family, Jerry and Kathy, my sister Lisa, my wife and daughters. Thanks.
Greg Lovell driving the number 088 Ford Raptor from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Number 188, Larry D. from Georgetown, Massachusetts, driving the 188 Route 1 Auto Service Chevy Silverado. Shout out to my wife, happy 50th anniversary, and thoughts and prayers to my dog, Zach, diagnosed with cancer.
Now, don't worry about the 334. He couldn't drive a nail. He's my co-host this evening.
Damn. Dan?
Number 388, driving the old Dale Jr. Gray Ghost paint scheme from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Stephen Brandstetter from Randlett, Oklahoma, driving the 510 Miller Lite Ford.
John Godfrey driving the 711 with Joy's Chevrolet out of Cornelius, North Carolina.
Bob Seminara, 712 Chevrolet Silverado, Shadows on Fire on Spotify and YouTube, and Town Fair Tire.
Hi, I'm Michael Moore, driving the 740 Amp Energy Chevrolet.
Robert Breedlove driving a 931 Diet Pepsi Chevy from South Carolina.
Well, there you go, Mr. Blaine. That is our lineup for tonight's race, our drivers, and we're all from all over the country. And we thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you, guys. I'm looking forward to a great race. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blaine. I love you, man.
Love you too, Rocket. Hey now, we have returned to the broadcast booth. How you been, man? I like what you've done to the place.
I was just freshening things up a little bit here, add a few flowers, a couple doilies, just, make it more like my granny lived here.
Yeah, but what's that over there on the table?
Oh, don't worry about that.
Oh.
I'll show you that. I'll show you that later this evening.
That looks kind of neat. Why is it in a
I would
box?
tell everybody what's listening, but make me blush. So
it's got like a padlock on it.
It is, but it's it's illegal in like 14 states, and it's probably not best we discuss this on YouTube at the moment here.
14 states. That's every single state.
You are the geography major, so I will take your word at that. Sounds right.
Precisely. Hey, the drivers now are in their practice sesh, so we might as well witness practice as it happens. This track is a big one. It's 2.66 miles around this virtual version of the Talladega Super Speedway. How many laps are we doing tonight, and other track information, sir?
Other track information. We are doing 47 laps this evening at 3 times speed. And so that means we'll be chewing up the fuel 3 times faster, which means 3 times as many pit stops and 3 times as much excitement. So hold on to your hats.
Yep.
Beyond that, though, that's
what's the fuel window on a 3 times frequency?
That's about, I got to take my shoes off to count this high, but that's 47 laps divided by 3 and carry the 1. And we're looking at about 13 laps. 13 laps looks like. So it's going to be 13 laps. So that'll work out to about 3 pits, and then they can just kind of coast on the last lap. Hopefully they don't, they're just going to ghost ride it across the line.
Well, and the great thing with a 3 times multiplier is because on Friday nights they run 47 laps, and then on Saturday nights, these are the 2 main events. The Fast and Furious Truck Series, and on Saturdays they got the Shake and Bake, which we will be calling, unfortunately, off of a replay because I have a birthday party to attend tomorrow. But Brad and I will get it done. It'll be a little bit different broadcast, but it is race 10, so we will broadcast it from the replay.
Oh, looks like we're in the qualifying stages.
Cool. They run a 2 times multiplier on Saturday because it's a 57 lap race. So fuel strategy is always cool. Like, it's always neat to have that option. It might come down to that last 5 or 6 laps. Guys might run out of gas, all that kind of stuff, So the numbers game is always fun. So that's why they tend to run a little bit higher on Friday night just to get those guys heading to the pits. It's always exciting watching. And here it's always a fuel race. This track is set up to not really burn through tires, but it's definitely going to end up being a fuel race.
Right you are, Blaine. We don't see too many people taking tires, do we, at Talladega?
They will.
But I mean, they don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Exactly. They will take them, but it's never like in dire need. Like, if you're racing at, like, say, Dover, a mile long, really fast track, and the driving style at Dover, you can take it easy, or you can drive the snot out of that thing and run those right sides right down to the bone and risk blowing them up. So that's, Talladega Nights, obviously the name of the league. They really like the track Talladega. There's so many tracks. Any track you want to race on in this game is definitely available on the internet. It's wild. Circuit of the Americas, the Roval at Daytona, you name it, it's in here. And a lot of tracks can be really hard on tires. This isn't really one of them. it's all in the setup too. The setup has been designed to save the tires, but like I said, I think I said it last week or two ago, when I run here and if I'm stuck on that bottom line, I'm going to have to change right side tires because I tend to chew the right front up. I steer really hard into the corners, make sure that thing doesn't slide up. So it can come into play, but it's not going to be major tire fall off. It's tweaked in a way where it's not going to be a tire race, which is good because it can tend to be dangerous too, because this is such a high speed track and you're basically pedal to the floor the whole time. You don't need to be watching for a tire blowout. But
yeah, no, in the middle of a pack like that too, that would cause some terrible damage.
Turbool.
No bueno.
It's like what the Spanish call El Terrible.
Yes, in fact it is.
Whisper to the tower.
Whisper to the tower coming in. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Can the audience hear me on Whisper?
Oh, of course the audience can hear you on Whisper.
All right, I'll be bringing you a pulse hitter. Wrap it up like 2 minutes. Then I'll bring you Larry D for 2 minutes.
Awesome. Larry D and the pole sitter. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, yes, sir. Wrap those babies up. And you guys are retired, so that puts us at 32 drivers, correct? Once you get qualifiers over?
I'm seeing 36 total online, so 34.
Oh, wow. Cool. All righty. Sounds good.
Just chatting with Jeffrey Elliott there down on trackside. We're getting Greg Level here shortly. And Larry D. Larry D, fellow driver. Unfortunately, last Friday, Larry D wrecked out. He got caught in that massive accident pretty early, like within the first 6 or 7 laps of the race. A lot of guys were forced to retire. And Larry's whole family was watching, I believe, last week. So that was a real shame to see him get tangled in that massive wreck. But Greg Lovell in the 088 is now in the tower. Which means...
How's it going, Blaine?
You must have qualified first, sir.
Yeah, I think that's my fastest lap yet, I think.
That looks pretty crazy, man. 52.434.
I ran a 4.36 last Friday.
Holy moly. A firm hold on this, and on this whole series, really. You've got 4 wins. You're coming into here tonight with no worries of qualifying for the championship rounds next week. So are you getting ready? What are you doing? Push-ups? Bowl of Fruit Loops?
Yeah, that's a really good feeling, not to have to worry no matter what. If I get wrecked or blow up or whatever, I'm still in it, man. So that's a really good feeling.
Yeah, the top probably 4 or 5 of you guys don't really need to worry about it. Mathematically, it could happen to a couple guys underneath. Unfortunately, Bob Dixon couldn't make it tonight, so that's an open slot because he's currently sitting in about, 9th? 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob Dixon. Now, tomorrow night, I have to do good tomorrow night because I could get knocked out.
Yeah, in the Shake and Bake series, we won't be able to broadcast that one live, but that's going to be a wild run because that's a completely different setup for you. That's here you got 4 wins, you're in first by a mile, but over there it's really tight all the way down that list. So that should be a really good run.
Yeah, that should be really fun tomorrow.
So the truck looks super fast in qualifying. So is it feeling good today? You gonna show us how to win again?
I hope so. You just never know with these races, man. Just all it takes is one mistake, speeding in pits, spinning out, pitting. You just never know.
Do you do the hot pit? Like you come in hot or come in hot and throw at the anchor at like the last second, or do you try to hit the 55-ish at the line?
Yeah, I don't really hot pit. I don't try to hit dead on 55 at the line either. I just try to in between, I guess. I try not to take a risk and overdo it.
Right. Probably the best call. I guess we're lined up to talk to Larry as well. So do you have any shout-outs you got to throw down before we get you back out there for practice?
No, I'd just like to thank you, Blaine, for what you do. And these guys over here, man. Jeffrey, you do a good job, Jeff.
Thanks, buddy.
Chris and all these guys. Ken.
Appreciate that, buddy. Well, I'm gonna roll you back up there with the party, and bring Larry D down here.
Right on. Thanks, Greg. Good luck tonight.
Yep, best of luck out there.
Let's see if we can find Larry, see if he's on the track. What number's Larry? Can't find him.
188.
Blaine.
There it is.
I brought you your special guest.
Good evening, Mr. Larry.
Good evening, Blaine.
So sorry to hear about the dog. I heard that in the driver introductions, I believe.
Yeah, that's really, really sad. He's got cancer in his left front leg, and the outlook isn't very good. Every day is special.
Yeah, dogs are something different.
Yeah, well, all our thoughts with you tonight on that. That's it's never a good spot to be in.
Thank you for your kind words.
Yeah, dogs are probably the coolest thing on the planet Earth. And when it comes to people, you're like, well. But dogs,
yeah, right.
It's like you want to watch a person just, I don't even want to talk about it. We've all had pets our whole life, and it's like they don't do anything wrong. They don't deserve. They don't deserve.
Always happy to see you.
That's it. Yeah. I'm like, man, I had a horrible day, and that dog is going to lose her mind when I walk through the door. Even if you only leave for 10 minutes, it's like you've been gone for a week.
They're just with us for too short a period of time, isn't it true?
It is. Yeah.
It's like we don't deserve them, but hey, they're here, and we'll take it.
Exactly. But on better news, though, you're set up for the race tonight here. How are you feeling about your chances tonight after the way you qualified? Things looking all right?
Yeah, everything here is in fine working order. I've been taking some advice from my teammate Jeff, and he gave me a strategy that I'm going to try, and hopefully this week will work out better than the previous weeks.
Yeah, nice. Sometimes especially with the high car count, accidents, a little bit of, it gets pretty tight out there sometimes. And unfortunately, last Friday, he just got wrong place, wrong time, and got caught up in a tornado of scrap metal. So hopefully you can stay in front of it or behind it and just avoid it tonight. We'll definitely be watching.
Well, I think that the one lesson that Jeff taught me is to lay back and let the problems play out. And after the second half starts, then you can start to proceed.
That's a good strategy. Sit in the back.
I love that strategy. That's what I do. So I'm top 10 for a reason. But hey, real quick, not to cut us out, we got 24 seconds. I want to say, Larry D, thanks for coming out, man. You become a good friend of mine. Whatever happens tonight, man, I hope you continue to run with us. It is Talladega. It's crazy out here, but man, let's have some fun.
Well, Jeff, on the other hand, thank you for inviting me. I'd have to say this is the best league that I've ever been a part of, and this is the racing style that I enjoy. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Larry. Have good luck tonight, and we'll be watching for sure. It's going to be a good one.
Thank you, Blaine.
Hit that drive button. It's green.
Remember, one switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
There we go. Yeah, man, get in your car and retire, and we can get going green here.
One step ahead of you. I am live and on the replay, sir.
Nice.
Not my first rodeo.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Except for when I'm changing the camera and not changing my car. How about that? That's not going to get me very far.
No.
Why am I staring at this pit?
Yeah, that's the thing. Being on the right car. So we're waiting for the Grand Marshal to say, gentlemen, start your engines. And then we'll be rolling off. And I'm going to try to go through every single car again. So take a deep breath on the parade lap. I should be able to get through everybody. There's only about 34 drivers tonight. So
yeah, you made it fine last time with a full deck of what, 40, what, 41?
Oh, it was 40. Yeah.
Your engines.
Yeah, it was 40 cars last week, and we were filibustering a little bit, so I only had like 3/4 of a lap to get all those drivers in, and I still ended up doing it. So,
problem is when your co-host is a known filibuster, then these things are to happen.
Yeah. Well, we do know the first car is going to be Mr. Level in the 088. We'll just watch all these guys come around that Sunoco sign and heading out onto the track surface. using a special. They repaved this entire track yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday, right before the race.
What happened? We had to re-rack them.
See what happened there. Much like in hockey, there was a bad face-off, and one guy got ahead of the puck. And this happens all the time. NASCAR hockey, people get it mixed up. No, that didn't happen at all like that. Blaine, what actually happened there?
We got Jeffrey on the whisper, actually. We're going to... Oh, and there it goes. The game just exploded. Jeffrey, go ahead.
Sorry about that restart. We had somebody that was stuck in the restroom, but we had a restart for him, but I hope that's not a problem.
Nope, shouldn't be a problem. My game just crashed, so I'll just have to wait a minute before I can come back in.
10-4. All right, buddy. That's what happened.
Hey, Brad, you got me?
Yo, I'm still here, bud.
Can you push the button on your keyboard next to the 1 key, also known as tile?
Yeah, bud.
Okay, bring that up. Does it say, just let me know when it says that I've disconnected.
It says your received throughput fell to unacceptable level.
Yes, so I have been disconnected then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just if I try to come back in, it won't let me if I don't wait long enough. So just rebooting.
Oh, yeah, it hasn't said, it just said receive throughput.
Yeah, it'll probably... It'll let me back in. I'm just going to wait a second. Where are they?
In the meantime, here the trucks are now just headed out of the pit and beginning around the first lap. I'm not going to attempt to call them out because I don't know anybody.
And it wouldn't even matter because you can't even see them. I'm just going to try. I should hopefully be able to get in my car and retire it because this may screw up the.
Okay, it says you're connected now.
Here. Yeah.
Remember, one switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
All right. Hopefully I can get in and retire because I don't want to mess up. What happens with late connections? Sometimes it will add an extra lap under yellow, even though nobody's a lap down. It'll see my car as a lap down. So hopefully that it's not letting me drive. So hopefully it's okay. So yeah, we won't be able to go through the field this quick.
Oh, we can actually go through it. I got the names at the top of the screen here. Number 1 in the first place right now, we got Greg Lovell. Followed by, oh, nope, that's the wrong way. That's the pace car. Ken Roberts in number 2 with the 55 truck. 55 car, I almost said. Come on. Third place, we got number 712, Bob Seminara. And behind him, Mark Paglia in the number 28. Then we have Greg Palmer in the 22, beside Craig Hagley in the 82. L. Wyndham and Kelly Causey side by side in the number, oh, what was that? That was the number 9 and the number 0, respectively. Brian Lovell in the number 43 behind him with Nate Balser. Here we go to start the first lap. Sound like everyone's firing up. Brian Lovell, Keith Burnham, Doug Hewlick, Keith Bynum, Steve Brandsetter, John Godfrey, M. Mangilardi, I'm not sure who that is. Gary Mingus, Bobby Mike. Farrell, and Mike. There it is. Dan Lovell, Chris Elliott, Pat McCarsky, Michael Moore, Ray Hewlick, Tracy Anders, number 68 in the Outlaw, LD, Larry D, and in the 3-car, G. Heiser.
Gary.
Yeah, did I get to it all? Jeffrey Elliott, Randy Claflin, Randy Waugh, Gary Heiser. I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, I think you got them all.
I think we got them all. Dang.
That should have been a lot smoother if my game didn't crash, but that wasn't my fault. Jeffrey said whoever was caught in the washroom forced a re-rack, and sometimes my game, well, most of the time, my game does not like it when they re-rack the cars. But it's all good because we have systems in place to remedy that situation. And as always, during a game crash, the only thing that will look different on the track is there is no pit crews anymore. All the war wagons are gone.
Oh.
Currently focused on Larry D and Jeffrey Elliott.
They also have another backup. Sorry.
I was just going to say they are following their strategy. They're staying behind it. They're staying in
Smart
the back,
play.
trying just to let the pack get warmed up and let everybody get settled in. We're going to focus on the front pack here. There's Greg Palma in the Deuces Hooters truck, aka Rocket. Hooter Rocket. Do you want to do a crank it up? That's always fun.
I think we should. It's always get some use out of your home theater. You spent all that money. Treat yourself.
You know what?
Crank it up.
And the greatest thing, too, is I've actually tested this multiple times on my own home theater because I love the sound of my own voice. I'll go back and watch this broadcast on my own home theater system. And when I do it, crank it up, I crank it up. I turn crank into like a 3-syllable word. Crank it up. So
get it loud.
It works.
Crank the bass, crank the treble, crank the mid-range, all the sliders just up high as they go. It's going to sound awful, but it'll be like you're there.
It's a great little thing. And again, thanks to Pilotical, the man behind the sound pack, because the original game sounds do not sound this good. So if you would like to crank it up, you go ahead and do so. Cranking it up hard style. I love that stuff, man. If you have a home theater system and you want to just ramp that thing right to 11, just like Spinal Tap did, I highly recommend it.
Just like you're there.
Exactly like you were there.
Except for the beer doesn't cost $20.
Yeah,
and
geez. Don't get nachos.
No. Forget about it. Well, you're going to have beer. You're going to have at least a pretzel or something to go with it. Hot dog, nachos.
Might as well. When in Rome.
Bring some cash. You're at the races. Have fun.
Currently
or just go to your fridge and have a cold one.
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
Sorry. I stepped on you. You're talking about the 0-0. What's going on with that?
The 0-0, Kelly Cossey. Next month, on the 24th of March, 2023, Kelly has put together a race basically stacked to the rafters with Talladega talent. He knows a lot of people. He's raced this game a long, long time. And this simulator has some of the best drivers, which you're watching them all right now, really. He gathered up a roster that I couldn't even fathom. I mean, every name on it is a top line winner. As a benefit for his friend Joey St. Amant, also known as Elmo, for ALS research and, of course, to help Joey's family pay the bills for the health care and whatnot. That race will be here on Tarnation TV next month on the 25th of March, hosted by Talladega Nights. So same bat time, same bat channel. Unfortunately, we had a meeting set up with Joey. But we got yellow flag on the course.
Supposed to talk with him just yesterday or the day before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the 22nd. We were supposed to talk to him, February 22nd. And Kelly called me on his way home and, hey, we'll get a hold of Joey. We'll do the thing. I was just going to talk to him for like 5-10 minutes. And Kelly couldn't get a hold of him. And unfortunately, Joey passed away that night. And we didn't get a chance to talk to him for that race because we were going to build a little like highlight trailer and I was going to use clips of him and us talking. And
of course.
So that was horrible timing. But at least he's resting easy now. So carry on, Joey. And we're still doing that race. It's not just a benefit race now. It's a benefit and a tribute. So next month,
Memorial,
24th of March.
Benefit, great cause. So tune in, and if you got a couple bucks to throw at the GoFundMe, or how are they doing that? Or is it just a direct link to the charity for ALS?
There is a GoFundMe for Joey himself.
For the family, yes.
Yeah. So that'll be good because it's not cheap. They have it set at $10,000. I believe it's right around $6,000 right now. And
you know what? That's not bad. We'll see what we can do to bump that up a little.
Yeah,
exactly. We got $1, $2, whatever. There's no amount's too small.
No. And that's the thing when it
find
comes
some change in the couch or in the bottom of the truck, right, and fish it out.
Yeah, when it comes to that stuff, every little bit counts. And if you do have like a bunch of people watching the broadcast, it could turn into $100 that they didn't have before, right?
And even more so about the money too. Well, that's fantastic, and it's obviously the cause for it, but also the raising the awareness as well too, because a lot of people may not be familiar with that. I mean, maybe they're younger, haven't been afflicted by it, or didn't know anyone that has been. So, maybe you can personally affected or not, you can learn something. You can inform yourself. You can look out for the signs of it for maybe somebody that you do know. There's a lot to be gathered from that. We'll have some more info for that race night. I'll probably put something together and try and have a little bit of preparation, because I wouldn't be one to speak on it at this point for my not for my lack of knowledge, but for my lack of actual knowledge to speak on it with any sort of, not an expert, but the subject matter, right? So
yeah,
I don't want to be passing out misinformation.
Yeah, the one thing I know about ALS is there is no cure for it. So it's just one of those things. We're still learning. And like you said,
no cure
it's
yet.
Not fun. Yeah, no cure yet. Yeah.
Not with that attitude.
Nope.
We gotta get this cure.
The door down.
Who's here?
Oh, it's
hey, Jeffrey, in the tower with my special guest driver, sir.
Yeah, Jeffrey doesn't knock. He kicks the door down. It's just like, a battering ram.
That's the 5th set of hinges this week, Jeff. God.
Sorry about that, guys. Send me the bill, please.
Dan, what's happening, man? Dan, you got us? Tarnation TV.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, there it is. Yeah, it's currently checking out that truck. I love checking out the different paint jobs everybody runs in these different series. But slick looking ride as always. Oops, I forgot to put on my live in-car radio with Dan Level into 388. So yeah, what's the plan tonight?
Well, just try to keep it safe out here and work my way up through the field. I got a bad qualifying tonight, so I just want to try to mind my P's and Q's, follow the right lines, try to get the right drafts, and work my way up through the field, try to get up there with my teammates and, make a race of it, try to stay out of trouble, try to stay out of these wrecks.
Yeah, because currently you're sitting in 37th overall in the championship points here, race number 10. So you're not going to get into the championship race, but you can still run the points with the people who don't. And then, do you plan to help anybody inside that championship? The next
well, of
couple
course
races?
I'm gonna. Yeah. Of course, I'm gonna always work with my teammates. My cousins Greg and Brian Lovell, and Denny Carroll, Nate Balzer, Randy Waugh. A few other guys I, work with that always help me. I'm always going to help them. So I'm willing to help anybody, but those guys I mentioned are usually teammates I work with on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's always good to have. Like, that's the thing, too. You think about, like, okay, maybe you're not in the top 10 for the championship, but you're like, you can definitely be the reason that one of those guys are there, helping people push and giving advice when advice is needed and all that kind of stuff. On track things happen, and it's fun to watch it play out, where it might almost be worth going back and replays to see, maybe you pushed a guy into a right spot at the right time, and all that little stuff at the end of the season adds up.
Oh, yeah, I know I was pushed into the right place at the right time last Saturday night in the shake and bake. So, it's always helpful to get some good help, even if it's not your teammates, and like I said, I'm willing to help anybody out here on the track. All you guys are great racers. I love racing here. It's been a joy ever since I've been here. I just, it's very competitive. It's kind of just go at it and try to hold your spots and, try not to get in trouble. So I'm just going to be out here helping who I can and try to work my way up towards the front. I'm always looking for a W, so if I can get it, I can get it. If I can't, I'll help my teammates get it.
That's it. Lucky enough that yellow came out with just a one truck spinorama, so nobody really took any damage except for Randy, probably Claflin. But I guess we'll let you get back up to the driver room there. Brad, did you want to say anything?
No, just
Thanks,
good luck and good racing, and hope to see some more of it tonight. It was fun last week, and it's another the finals. See how it goes. So good luck out there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you guys for the racing.
Thanks, Dan. Good luck. Dan Lovell into 388 truck. Not a Philadelphia Eagles truck.
No. This is the what's he driving today? We got the Chevy Camping World.
Nationwide is on your side. The Gray Ghost, Nationwide. Yeah, that's all I can see on there. Let's get a look out the side here of Nate's truck and see if we can see more of Dan's. Danny Lovell. I like how he's got the 388, but he's using the Dale Earnhardt 3. That's really cool. Pull up beside him. I want to see the whole truck. I'm looking out the right side of Nate's truck right now. There we go.
Gotcha.
Just trying to get a look at that thing. But yeah, pulling off the different camera angles to... are the lights off on the pace car? That's the next question.
Let's take a peek.
If the lights are off, we are going green, and they are off. As the pace truck comes out of turn number 4 into the tri-oval, he will get the hell out of the way and let these guys get back to business. That's Greg Lovell in the 088 Texaco Havoline Ford Money Mark truck. I don't know, I'm just making up sponsors now. The Walmart, Sunoco, Petro Canada, Dolph Lundgren in a brand new movie, probably not.
Yeah, right. The Dollarama.
Dollarama. Okay, so you said something that sounded like duh, and I just finished your sentence and was totally wrong. Dollarama.
Oh,
Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren's way
good.
cooler than Dollarama.
Oh, I know, but I'm talking about sponsors. You got to get where, you know what? Dollarama's got some good deals. Dollar Tree, Family Dollar.
Dollar store.
There's all the dollars. Dollars. I can't get enough of them.
I like dollars.
Save a buck or two. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, we were looking at last race. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say for all those listening at home, and if you're not familiar with some of the racers, Larry D is not just a man with like one name or an initial for a last name. His last name is actually D, as in D-E-E. Because I wasn't sure. I'm like, well, maybe he's likes his privacy, but then I saw his name on the list, and I'm like, no, his name is in fact Larry D. But either way, don't matter if you spell it. But just a little factoid.
Factoids of the night. Yeah, it is fun. Like I have a customer and her name is D. I'm like, D2Es? And she's like, yep. Like, how do you spell that? Like the letter D? Like you don't want me to know
Just
your name
D.
is Deborah? No, D-E-E.
I'm pretty laid back. You can figure out, you call me whatever you like to start with a D.
Right. Just let her rip. One day you're Derek, the next day you're Deborah. Jeffrey Elliott in probably the ugliest truck I've ever seen in my life. Everything this guy drives is an absolute piece of trash, but they go quick.
You know what? Yeah, it's function over fashion. Is that what it is?
I don't know why. Like, if I paint the truck, if somebody else paints the truck, it doesn't matter. If Jeffrey's driving it, it's ugly as sin. Because I'm just, even if it's the cool, like, I love that thing. It's cool as hell. It's a very vintage looking truck, but I don't care. I'm just going to say it's ugly because it's Jeff.
Right. I think I must have suffered a bit of a technical glitch here before when there was the beginning of the rate hiccup, because I think at this point now, everything I'm seeing is stock vehicles from here. I think when it reset, it didn't boot me from the game, but I think it like reset all the skins. So I think I'm actually
skins.
I think because unless someone driving a Monster Energy truck,
there is a Monster Energy number 79. Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe not then.
That's neat.
Okay, so yeah, no, maybe I'm seeing the right one. I had on the back of, where was I looking through here before? On Dan, was it Dan Lovell?
Yep,
was he the 88?
Dan was driving the 388. Yep, black and white.
Yeah, he looks like he had a bit of a hiccup there with the skin on the back corner. With the tail lights a little bit off, and the Chevy symbol, at least on my side. I don't know if you see that on yours on the chase cam.
Mine looks totally fine. Yeah,
that's weird because on the front, all I'm seeing on his is like an ill-fitted Chevy. Unless I didn't update the file properly, it could be very much an end user issue on my end.
It's possible, but it also sometimes when they reset the grid, my game will crash. There's little glitches, right? It's sometimes stuff just happens. As long as the game is running smooth, you'll be all right. Looks like these guys are. This is a very odd racing pattern I'm seeing. I'm seeing 3 lines, but they're all scattered across the width of the track right now. This is kind of neat looking. Oh, just as I said that, Palmer and Cossey moved up in behind the 043 of Lovell, Brian Lovell in the 043.
I haven't seen that many lines since I watched Scarface.
Oh, we got a lag problem.
Oh, and a spin out at the back.
I just heard that joke there. That'll definitely bring out the yellow. That was a very strange looking. Oh, that's Gary Mingus in the 12.
That sucks. That is never good to see. To be taken out by a lag spike is...
I think it was. We're going to load this up here. I'm going to rewind it. It looked like I saw 2 trucks stuck together floating into the stratosphere. And that usually for me will be a lag problem. So let's watch it here. We're focused on Gary Mingus in the 12. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. There's a car or a truck in front of Gary that disappeared. Who is that?
Oh, shoot.
The Vanishing Man of Doug Hulick in the 23. Yeah, so he's completely gone. I have to follow a different truck because it'll stay where he disappeared. So he disappears and then comes back in 7 seconds later inside Gary Mingus, and they get stuck together. And then oh wow. Yeah, that's a very bad situation for Gary, unfortunately.
That's
internet problem.
Like, one of those things, and they puts him back in right on the wall, and then he's already gone high at that point, right? Like, oh, that's too bad. That's terrible.
So that was that Doug? That was Doug Hulick in the 23?
Oh.
Yeah, it's Doug Hulick in the 23. Currently, I'm not even seeing him. Oh, he got kicked out of the race. His leg got too high. The game booted him.
Oh no! So he's done for the evening. Is that what that is?
He can come back. That's how the game works too. Yeah. So when you like same with me having a game crash. Currently, we're looking at the 740 of Michael Moore. If you have a game,
the pits just now, but no major damage doesn't look like.
Yeah. With a game crash, you can come back in. the race is obviously still going because the race is live, but because you are registered in the race, you can come back in. If you were a new driver and were late, it'll just say the race has already started. You're not allowed in.
That makes sense. Okay, so give me a chance.
Yeah, if you are registered, if you did make the starting grid, you can return to the race, but I don't see Doug coming back. And I also don't see Doug in the TeamSpeak. He's not in the communications channel anymore either, so his computer, his whole internet must have went down.
Maybe, yeah, there's like modem down, something, right? Shoot. You never like to see, especially the race has been so clean up to that point that we got intruders.
Intruder alert. Mike Mangialardi in the house. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, you know,
how do you like this? How do you like your paint job? I haven't wrecked it up yet.
No, it looks great. I love that thing. That's why I painted it. Bright yellow and blue. Unfortunately, the first two yellows that seem to be bad internet problems. So hopefully, I mean, you've been able to keep that thing clean, so that's pretty good for everybody involved. The first yellow, I think, was a single chuck spin, and then unfortunately, Doug Hulick lagged out really bad there and got trapped inside Gary Mingus.
Too many storms out there.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, with all the winter storms coming through and everything else. So yeah. Anyway, how's the truck feel this evening?
Oh, it feels great.
Any special plans to get to the end of this thing in one piece?
Well, just try to keep it clean and stay out of these accidents there.
Yes, yeah. Currently, you're sitting in 25th overall in point. Oh, geez. Looks like we just jinxed that.
Oh,
what happened there?
Go.
Right when we said that, I see a guy backwards right at the pit road there, and you got rear-ended. We're going to check it out. Let's see if there's any rear-end damage. Looks good from my angle.
Looked like he spun out before I got there.
Yeah. Now the Blackhawk down in Delta Force Team Sabre truck looks good. But yeah, like I was saying, you're in 25th overall, so will not make the championship. But do you plan to keep racing here and helping guys out, or maybe the opposite?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you want to sabotage somebody's championship.
Little mayhem.
Yeah, if I can catch up to the 09 and the 63, I can help push them. Hopefully.
Nice.
I like Brad's suggestion of mayhem.
Right. Little Mario Kart tactics, maybe a little blue shell action, possibly a banana peel. Something above board. Just, you don't take it or leave it. You don't have to use these ideas.
What about James Bond type stuff? You could drop oil slicks and nails all over the track, smoke them out. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I got a 203 in here, for my Blackhawk Down game. So.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. If you've got like a flashbang, you can bring flashbang grenades in and smoke clouds.
Big collision there.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to
931.
Trying to keep her clean, and hopefully the guys split apart and I can go around them all.
They're
right
okay
on.
though.
Sounds like a lot of fun out there on this yellow flag. People trying to get it figured out under yellow.
Yeah, the warping though. I had one car do that to me. I had to drop to the bottom. Didn't want him to reappear on top of me.
That's what happened to Gary. Unfortunately, with Doug, it was just the truck disappeared, and then they kind of blended together and then floated into the fence. So internet lag seems to be the culprit today, the gremlins in the system. But yeah, man, any shoutouts you want to toss down here before we let you back into the race?
Oh yeah, room? Got all my friends watching there in the Rainier room. Hopefully they're having a good time with the broadcast today. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it entertaining. Brad and myself, we're highly trained professionals.
Oh yeah, you do a great job. So shout out to the broadcasters also.
Thanks, man.
Well,
hey Jeffrey, Jeffrey's still in here because we don't have control. We could just leave Mike in here all day if you want.
I have all the control. Remember that. Mike,
yeah, you guys can just tell me who to pass.
That's right.
Yeah,
you follow
watch out on your left.
Follow that Chris Elliott ride, Doritos. You'll be in good shape. No, again, Mike, thanks for coming out, man. Over the last couple of months, it's been a pleasure. And hang in there. You just keep getting better and better. Good luck. We're gonna go green soon, guys. I gotta run us both back up there quickly.
Perfect, man. Well, good luck, Mike. We'll be watching. Keep that thing clean. Get it to the front row.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. I can be bought for all the racers out there listening on the replay. If you want some aerial advice from the helicopter camera, I can tell you just to go faster, move left a little. I've got you covered. So Brad is willing to cheat.com, and for cheap too. I'm like $5. What else am I going to do? I'm calling the race. I can make a few bucks on the side.
Yeah, I might as well just sit here and just collect money from all angles.
Just a little side hustle.
Yeah.
You know what? For $2, I'll even send just a nice message like, "You're doing great." That's all. No cheating. That's my economy package. That's the affirmation package.
Yeah. It's like, "You're doing great, man. You look very good today. Your hair is fantastic.
Very sharp. Very sharp."
Yeah. Keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Looking at the YouTube chat here tonight, we've got a few people in the chat. Someone's going, "Let's go Outlaw." Good luck, number 60. And looks like we got fan of number 41 as well. And then somebody even put a turtle in the chat. Here's Bob. He's saying evening. Bob S.
That's Bob Sire, also known as Pumpkin. The number 27 runs the Dirt Track series on Tuesday nights. Gearheads Dirt Track series. That's
what it is.
You want to
right?
work out? I've driven on there. I missed this week, but it is a lot of work.
Right. And so for the comments in there for YouTube, you heard me. I see the turtle sign, but the yellow is gone. And it looks like we're back up to speed. So you can put that turtle away and send me an emoji of a rabbit or a hare if you prefer.
Or a peregrine falcon. The only mammal that can exceed terminal velocity of 260 kilometers an hour is the peregrine falcon.
Well, I was going with the whole turtle and the hare thing, but you got your facts too. So,
Falcon,
you know what? You can never be too old to learn something.
Currently focused on the 18 of Ray Hulick. He is not Tarnation, or he is not Talladega Nights. He's Afterburner. This guy owns a league known as Afterburner. He's creeping in here in the Sirius XM Black and Blue 18, currently in 29th position. Ray Hulick. Afterburner's been around a while. And Ray runs a tight ship over there.
It's good though.
But
some friendly competition.
Yeah, everybody, like, this is a league, like Talladega Nights is definitely a league where everybody just comes here to race, it seems. It's like a hybrid, like a melting pot of just every single league. Yeah, but the Peregrine Falcon, fun fact, did you know this?
Probably not.
Okay, then. I won't tell you.
Go ahead and guess preemptively.
Do you know when you see like a bald eagle, like in a TV show, and it makes that noise, like the bald eagle sound?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's iconic.
The big squeal. Did you know that that's not a bald eagle?
I think I did, now that you mention it.
That is the screech of a peregrine falcon. The bald eagle doesn't make a cool noise. The bald eagle just sounds like a bird. So they wanted to make it cool. Sorry.
About the eagle fact, but I just didn't know the bird it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the eagle actually sound like? It's
just a bird.
Does it sound like a chicken? Like, cheep, cheep,
I don't think it sounds that bad, but yeah, it makes noise and it squeals and stuff, but it doesn't. That iconic like screech is actually the peregrine falcon.
So there's got to be like a video of somebody overdubbing it, an eagle screech with like just a terrible sounding bird, like some kind of warbly thing, like it's just like
or a penguin. Like a penguin will scream like a 3-year-old. Like, what was that noise? That's just a penguin. Weirdos.
Right? But you imagine
big drift up the track right there. Who's that in the 89? Ooh. Who's the 89? 89. That's brand new. I should know this. Tracy Anders.
Tracy Anders.
He's out of shape, man. He is way out of shape. I don't know what's going on there. He might have a cat running around his feet.
Yeah.
At home, I've had that happen to me.
Right.
Your cat jumps up on the keyboard.
If the dog jumps up to give you a kiss because you had a peanut butter sandwich before the race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just, it seems to be stabilized now, but yeah, that thing slid from one lane up and down a couple of times. Seems to be stabilized now. That yellow line, there's Rocket with the move to the bottom, the orange truck there, going down from the high line to the bottom line. That yellow line, I was going to say too, in the turns, you'll see the trucks get upset a little bit. Because the grip is actually different on the paint, like the track grip. And that's
more or less. Does it say more grippy? Less, yeah. So it's a little bit slick.
Little bit. It's not going to spin you out because, the other 2 or 3 tires are going to be on the actual racing surface. It's not like ice, but it can, in combination with the banking of the track, it can actually upset the car, which is kind of funny, but it's a thing.
Were you saying last week that there's actually a dip in the concrete? It's actually or is that just in the corners where there's there's an actual lip on the yellow line? Was there not on a part of the track?
Yeah, in
the
turns,
to the bottom?
It's like a transition to the apron. It can upset the car a little bit. Then in combination with the actual texture of the line, it depends on how they've created the track too. Like the track builder would actually have to make that grip adjustment, but I don't think it's too bad at this track. Phoenix, is it Phoenix? I found at Phoenix, there's a version of Phoenix created by BBMC, and then the transition into turn 1 is really weird. If you touch the paint, it seems to really send you sideways. But there's a lot of paint there, and it makes sense because if you're driving on paint, not asphalt,
it's going to be obviously different surface texture, different temperature, react a little bit different, like color change, right? Maybe not as hot or hotter. It wouldn't be as hot, right? Black would be hottest part. So be curious to see even its minute temperature change would be a difference in the traction, especially if the tire is a bit hotter or colder than.
Basically, I think what we're trying to say is this game is almost too realistic for being 20 years old.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Now just sit back and watch some racing.
Because the wind, like we were saying last week, like the drafting effect of these things, that's why they run a lot of times at Talladega, they use these truck physics because the physics of the trucks, they draft a lot better. When you get behind a truck, you gain speed. And that's why you see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys running in a straight line right there because they're faster than that one dude, like right there, Brandstetter all by himself on the 510, the blue Miller Lite truck. He still has the draft of the 79 in front, and he's carrying 199 mile an hour right now. But if you're by yourself, you're only able to do about 180. 20 miles an hour in the draft you can gain.
Pretty close to bumping doors there with Anders and the...
there it is. That is a massive accident.
Holy smokes. We're going back to the replay booth for that
Kelly
one.
Causey upside down a couple times. We will be into the replay booth. We were just coming up to pit stops too.
Yeah, we're race 30, so we're a little over halfway done the race.
Yeah, we're 17. It won't make it to the end. So I'm curious. Somebody got 043 of Brian Leval. Again, I need to find a camera, and it's probably going to be good old-fashioned helicopter cam.
Everybody's nice and straight. And
Kelly
then just
had
got
a
out
run.
of it.
Yeah, Kelly had a big run on it, went to the low line, and Brian had to hop out of line. It looked like, oh, there's Mike wrecking the truck that I painted for him. Yeah, it looked like Brian got forced out of line.
And it just congested from there.
Yeah, sometimes you got nowhere to go, right? Like you're gonna run into the guy in front of you and you don't want to spin him, but then you make that move and there's a guy there too. So it's just one of those things that happens at high speed.
These things will happen when you don't have turn signals or mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blind baby.
Blind baby. I'm going downtown. I guess we can't sing that. This is a family show.
Going to see my gal.
Going downtown, going to see my gal. Any Cheech and Chong fans know the rest of that.
Ask your kids, ask your parents.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't
ask us.
I don't want to ask. Just Google it. You honestly, you know what you're going to go ahead and do in this.
You want to see some crazy statistics?
I always love statistics. You know, right behind numbers, racing is my favorite thing.
Where did I put it now? I can't remember where I put it. There it is.
I've got some.
Currently focused on the 88 of Greg Lovell. It's actually the 088, but I took the 0 out because it wouldn't fit on the screen because I got too many words. Currently following Greg Lovell in the 088.
Accident in the pit. We had some bumping, grinding.
Murgatroyd.
And my goodness, there's a bunch of silly geese down here. That's the plural of silly gooses, or maybe not. I don't know how that works. I'm not an English teacher. I'm just here to entertain. So,
yep.
But yeah,
I was tight race off the pits. That was really cool, actually. Yeah, I switched my camera angle when you said that.
Fair enough. It looks like doesn't look like any major damage. Just a little bump and a little pinch and a tickle.
Sometimes that mad scramble to the pits is a thing that happens. Where did he go? Greg Lovell. There he is. Okay. We'll get on Greg and we'll look at these numbers. So we got the 88 of Greg Lovell. He's currently in first place with 1,477 points, and he has started all 9 races in the Fast and Furious Truck Series.
Yes.
He has 4 wins. He has 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and an average finish in this series of 4.7. And guess where he's running right now?
Right now,
fourth.
Fourth, right? So he's still
So the average
placed.
is right.
Yeah, well, that's it, right?
Yeah.
And the nice part too, he showed up. You get a nice race in there. Not that it's an easy race, but not having the stress of having to worry about finishing first. I mean, there's still lots of time left in the race. Anything could happen, but at this point, to just be able to show up, race, have a good race, but not have to be like, I got to carry this or whatever. Like, he can go into this pretty secure, going, you know what? I'll drive a good race, clean, but you know what? Whatever happens, top 4, top 5, he's still well set for the finals.
Yeah, and I mean with an average finish of a late duck to the pits there. That I believe that Ray Hulick in the 18 is going to get a penalty for that. I'm going to back that up. We're going to check that again. Oh, he might be okay. This is the pit job here at the last second. Ray Hulick changes his mind. I don't know about that one. See, the reason I'm wondering about this is because that is the commitment line. That commitment line is that thick yellow line.
Yeah.
He changed his mind at the last second, and he did get inside the grass. He hit the grass.
Oh.
If he doesn't get a black flag for that, it's currently showing him.
Oh, he just got in though. Look at.
Yeah, but he's on the wrong side of the line.
Oh no, but he went outside though. Mm-hmm. He at first he almost made it. Had he stayed on his original trajectory at on that first initial corner and didn't straighten out, I think he would have been okay.
That line, the big thick yellow line, that has to be on the right side of your truck, and he was driving down the left side of your truck. Mm-hmm. It looks like the 89 of Anders there again, off in the grass. Peculiar, perplexing things are happening under yellow this evening, Brad. Maybe you know more about this. I know you were down in the garage area yesterday talking with the drivers about some peculiar spirits.
Yeah, no, there was. There was. They were confused by how come the walls look so shiny, and that was because I took the liberty of going out there and greasing it up. I got a industrial size, a 65-gallon barrel of lube, and I greased up the walls because much like every recent NASCAR fan that watched that one guy do that crazy move on the outside, the old NASCAR, GameCube NASCAR pit move where he flew. Holy shit! Always when you get into the good parts.
Smashing the door down, Jeffrey Elliott with Bob Seminara come running in here like the Bushwhackers from 1988.
Old school
licking each
wrestling.
other's faces. Yeah. You barely speak in English. Oh man, old school wrestling. Wasn't it awesome? How was that a thing? But anyway, Bob Seminare on the 712. I'm playing your buddy's band tonight, man, and you showed up.
Yeah, I heard that. Awesome.
It's like the bat signal. I'm like, I didn't even expect you to be here, and then there you were.
That's right. Yep, you never know. Awesome.
So how's the truck looking? How's your internet working? That seems to be the issues tonight. Everything that's happened has been internet related.
No, everything's good. I went to the back twice on my own. Just trying to pass some trucks. So back up here, a little tight on fuel, but we'll see what we can do here.
Yeah, that last caution coming out just outside the fuel window, so this should kind of be exciting because I think most of you guys could probably make it, but I think it is going to be really tight, eh?
Yeah, they have a different multiplier as far as the pitting sequence, so we're not getting as much fuel mileage as usual. So
yeah, we're running a 3 here this evening. So what's it showing you right now on your F9?
Yep, definitely. Yeah, I'm showing a lap short right now. So
And not to cut this short, guys, but we get ready to go bring Mr. Blaine.
Awesome. Well, yeah, there you go. Shadows on Fire. Follow them on Space Tube and MySpace and whatever other websites exist. Spotify, ICQ, MSN Messenger.
yeah, appreciate you throwing it out there.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. That's heavy stuff, and it fits perfectly. So, yeah, thanks for the heads up, and good luck the rest of the race.
All right, thank you.
Getting
Get ready
back
to
to
go
the
green here really quick.
YouTube chat channel here. We got a few more. So Bob has the evening talking about the workout it was in the dirt track. Because you bet it's a workout on the dirt track racing. That's going to put some muscle in your arms for sure. And then he's also says that is a cool ticker. He is a fan of the broadcast, of course. And then we've got some cheerleading down here from Katarina Balzer. That's Nate. So Nate, number 79. So he's got a cheering section there as well.
Where's Nate?
It's
There he is.
Good to see everybody's got everyone out there for them cheering. Everyone's watching along at home.
Katarina Balzer. Cheerleading section. Front row right there. I just saw her. See that? There she was. She's waving
at the
right
camera.
There. I don't know why she's wearing that weird hat, though. Big foam yellow hat. That's obnoxious.
You're probably not supposed to say anything about that on the chat, though. We're live, dude. Keep that
Oh, I'm a big fan of that hat. Love it.
It's a nice hat.
Big yellow styrofoam Curious George hat. Let her rip.
Yeah. Well, you got that giant foam cowboy hat, that 50-gallon hat.
Don't say that, bro.
That's only for...
It's only on Sundays.
Okay. Well, never mind. I don't want to be telling tales outside of school here.
Yeah, exactly. Quick, change the subject.
Right? How about some racing?
Nah.
They're still
Currently
driving.
Just in case you're wondering, 7th position last time at the stripe was Nate. Coming close to the stripe again right now in real time. 6th. Solid top 10 currently for the 7.9 Monster Energy. You know, how many more sponsors are on that truck? Sunoco, Texaco, Under Armour, McDonald's, and Burger King. Ooh, a lot of movement back there. 712, the Seminara. The 188 truck of Larry D. holding that high line. Nobody's letting him in, though.
Nope.
That's getting a little dicey back there. These guys are bouncing off each other.
A little bit of a little shoulder check. There's a little how's your mother? Little, how you doing?
Say, hey, how you been? Say hi to your mother for me.
Just a little rub. Just say, hey, I'm here. Not to be outdone. He's going to give him a little tap on the bumper. Nope. Playing it clean.
The 8.9 drifting up the track. Oh, wow.
Giving him a bit of a bump there. Almost to the wall. Another bump. Not quite. This is intense. I'm watching the back of the pack here.
Me too.
This seems to be where the action is. Up front, it's pretty straight and clean, but this is where the action is.
The 89 now moves to the high line. He was on the low line and got a little squirrely again. He may have been asked to move over and let them, and maybe go to the back.
Yeah, I believe they also asked him to take about 10% off the top. Squirrely Dam.
Yeah. Yeah, he's slowly, the 8-9 is slowly moving to the back, I believe. Tracy Anders. I don't know if he's having issues. It's just a couple of really, we'll get back there. Yeah, I don't know. He's dropping quick. I don't know what's going on there. They may have asked him to go to the end of the line.
Oh, shoot him.
Because the 22 of Palmer, actually, it looks like they slapped doors. And he just tagged the wall.
Oh, yes. And the black rifle truck.
Yes.
A little bit of paint off the side there.
Well, you know what, though? He could slap the wall all day. You went down there and you made sure to grease the walls up.
Well, you notice, yeah, he just slid right off. I won't pat myself on the back, but you're welcome, fellas. And
Bobby
ladies.
Carroll in the chat, rooting for the number 41 of Denny. Where's Denny? In 5th.
It's good to see everybody out there cheering each other on, getting some comments in the YouTube section. Come on.
You're
comments
done, buddy. Take a break.
Come on.
Take a break. The Tarnation TV tower does not have an elevator, buddy, so it's about 114 stairs to get to the bottom. Go grab yourself a coffee.
Yeah, I'm going to sit this one out for a bit. You take over.
Denny right where he is every single week, pretty much up the front with these guys.
Look at the back of the... Oh.
Is the back getting dicey, though?
Oh, it's just... Is it ever? It's more exciting at this moment. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. It was so close. There was almost another big shoulder check there. And then they straighten out again. Oh, yeah, it's when they're going in and out of those corners. I don't know, man. That's what, my money's on the back end for the next big wreck at this point.
Okay.
The way things are going there. Again, maybe not. Maybe they're just getting a little bit friendly and just rubbing doors there. But damn.
Just saying, how do you do?
keeping it interesting. What are we at here now? We're seven laps left.
Yes. So we are within the race back mode here. So if there is a yellow flag, they will race back to get the yellow. Currently, we are green.
Hopefully, it stays that way. Nice, clean race to finish it off.
Yeah, but remember what Bob was saying. He is a lap short, according to F9 on the keyboard. That will give you your fuel estimates.
Oh,
and it will tell you that you will need a splash or a half a can or a full can or maybe even 2 cans, can and a half. It actually gives you the estimated amount of fuel to take if you were to pit to make it to the end of the race. So if he was a lap short, it's going to be calling for probably a half can or a splash to be able to finish this race off.
Right.
It'll definitely be no tires. If there is tires being taken on this next pit round, I'm going to say they're going to be left sides only. Do you know why that is?
Because they're turning left?
Nope, the pit crew doesn't need to run around to the right side of the car.
Oh, okay.
So it's faster. Only by about a half second. But
every half second counts. When we're talking saving like tens of thousands of a second off your best lap, like when he was talking today on his qualifying lap in first place, he had beat it by like 2 1,000ths of a second from last weekend. But still, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, we've got Mike yielding to everyone. He is a lap down, that blue and yellow 29 at the top of your screen. He's very aware of that too. He's good. Like if a little bit of damage from the wreck and you're a little bit off pace, you just move to the right, let everybody pass him on the straightaway, and let the leaders run their race.
Oh, absolutely. And you never know. He's still in good enough shape to keep in there, and maybe fortune turns in his favor and there's another wreck, and he obviously can't catch up to that at that point. But to finish in a higher point standing, right, would be.
Well, Mike Mangialardi currently right now is 1 lap down.
Yeah.
So if there was a yellow flag, he would actually get his lap back. That's what they call the lucky dog. This league does 2 lucky dogs, which would right now be Tracy Anders in the 89 and the 029 of Mike Mangialardi would get their lap back, put them back on the lead lap, and who knows what can happen from there. Currently locked on the 55 of Ken Roberts. We're going to stay with this top pack right now. coming into the last few laps of this race, currently on lap 44 or 47. Pat McCarthy, you see that black and yellow truck looking to start a low line, but he decided against it.
They are packed in tight, and this is about as clean as I've seen them probably from the opening lap or two. At this point now, everyone's got their line. You say trying to break for 3 wide, but there's...
Not yet. It's coming, though. You wait until the last turn of this thing. It's going to be a free-for-all.
Right? Well, we're just now into the 44th lap, so less than 3 full laps to go. This is going to be one heck of a finish.
You notice the front row of the 56 and the 9?
Yeah. What am I noticing?
We got to give a shout out to Papa Ed, because Chris Elliott and Jeffrey Elliott are leading this race side by side, the brothers, the owners of this league. Oh no, come on. We got a truck up in the air. That's unfortunate, man. It was going to be a drag race. It's still it's race back to the yellow, and actually they're splitting Chris. This is going to be for the win. It was Chris and Jeff, and it just turned into Keith Bynum in the 63 is going to win this race. Being pushed by Greg. This is awesome.
Look at this.
Keith's going to win.
You couldn't make this stuff up. What kind of
Keith got it.
Keith got it. Fun thing to, I mean, obviously,
man.
Too bad for the wreck in the final laps because it was so tight and so clean, but
oh wow. I was just giving a shout out to Papa Ed because he had Chris and Jeff Elliott in the front row. And Papa Ed usually watching these broadcasts because, you know, dude's got like basically that whole entire family plays this game.
Right? That's awesome.
Oh, wow. Unreal. So
huge upset.
Keith Bynum, we had the brothers leading the whole entire field, and I don't know what happened to Chris, but he just started getting railroaded. So we're going to rewind this and actually take a look at what we were sort of looking at and how Keith. Okay, so we're going to load up the replay. I'm going to show the replay here in slow motion. You can see that. Okay, let's see what happened back here. Somehow Palmer got out of shape. Oh no, Nate tapped him in the back left and spun Palmer around. Oh, don't do that, camera angle. I don't like that one. Who's that? That's Palmer up on his nose doing a handstand.
Ooh.
Roof flaps are coming out, but it didn't really help much. So now I'm going to zoom back up here to the front as to why Chris... Wait, let's get on helicopter cam. So Chris is being pushed by Keith and bailed on him. And the huge push from Carroll and Lovell shoot Bynum to the front. Denny Carroll. Where is he? Denny Carroll, Greg Lovell. Massive. So Denny Carroll with a huge push of the 088, which then transfers through to the 63. When Keith decided to go and basically abandon poor Chris, he had a lot of help from Greg and Denny.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone was
great,
playing nice there.
I mean, it ends under yellow, unfortunately, but that was wild because with the race back situation, that's why they always have that rule of when it's under 10, it's race back. Because in that situation there, we have cars a lap down, which is going to add laps to yellow. And I mean, Chris just got, where did Chris even end up? I don't even see him. He went from first to ninth.
Ooh.
He got split. Like, that's all that happened. Keith made the right call, and he had Greg and Greg Elliott and Denny Carroll behind him with a massive wallop and shot him, just launched him past Chris into first place and to win that race. You can see them all smashing into the 63, basically saying congratulations.
Yeah. Take this and this, your birthday bumps.
Yeah. Oh, is he going to do a burnout early? We haven't even given him the flag yet. Everybody's giving him rubs. Oh, he's got the flag now. And the theme song, too.
Eye of the Tiger? What's the theme song from this one?
He's doing early burnout. The theme song you're hearing was written by my friend Julian Craig.
Oh.
From a band called Hate Fuel.
So not Eye of the Tiger.
No, definitely not Eye of the Tiger.
But at the would there have been a theme song when this game came out? Was there a song to play at the end, or could you customize it to that point back then?
Nah.
No. But if you could, would you have chosen the Eye of the Tiger?
No. Heck no, right. Never.
That's fair.
I support my friends. Jeffrey Elliott, man. Jeffrey Elliott, man.
I brought you some
Chris.
I brought you some new hinges.
You and Chris side by side, and then Chris gets shot all the way back to 9th, and what a race that was, dude.
Oh, that was the highlight of my years, racing side by side by my brother for the first time. But enough about Mr. Chris and Jeffrey. I like to bring a special guest before the podium that I didn't get down here. So real quick, so I'm going to grab him. He's still in here. Where'd he go? There he is. Guy that does a lot of work for Talladega Nights.
Oh, Craig Hagley. Hey, man, how you doing tonight? The amount of hours you guys are putting in with these car renders, these things look fantastic.
Oh, how you doing, Blaine? I appreciate it, man. It's nice to see the work showing up out there.
Yeah, I've got them rolling across the screen at the start, and I got a couple of them actually rolling right now. Are you using Blender?
Yeah, I'm using Blender. I just started using it about a week ago. Been using different scenes and trying to learn how to run it.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy, man. The content that the community puts out. I know James Hodge has some render scenes that it looks like they're from tracks. Like it looks like legitimate real life photography.
Yeah, there's some guys out there that can do some amazing stuff with it.
Yeah, and the fact that, the fact that Blender is free and all these guys put their stuff up and nothing, it just leads to, elevates this broadcast because now these cars look fantastic.
Well, we couldn't do it if you didn't do such a good job up there showcasing all of us, and I appreciate everything you do, man.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fun doing it, and everybody comes together and makes this thing legit.
All about teamwork, and Craig has come a long ways, a lot of big help. So I want to thank you, buddy, from the bottom of my heart, what you do for me here at Talladega Nights, and also Blaine at Tarnation TV, man. It's just teamwork. It's what it takes. Want to wrap this up quickly so we get to the podium, but wrap it up with Brad. Any comments to Craig or?
No, I'm new to this myself, a lot of it, but it's just awesome to see the community. Everyone putting in the work together, and yeah, every bit that everyone adds just makes the game look that much better. For a 20-year-old game, this is the first game I installed on my brand new laptop when I got it, just based on Blaine's word alone. He's like, "You got to try this game." So,
you go, Brad.
I deleted everything else, every other game I own, and now that's all I play. Thanks, Blaine.
You're welcome. Well,
welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family, Brad. I'm glad you're with Blaine, and I can't wait to watch this back. And Craig, real quick, any shout outs, any special folks, or hello to Jeffrey Elliott or anybody like that?
Well, Jeff, I want to thank you for giving us such a great place to race and being able to make good friendship, and shout out to my son, Lane.
Awesome. Hey, I'll let you wrap it up, Blaine and Brad.
That's pretty much it, man. 14th today. You qualified 8th, so solid mid-pack finish. And yeah, again, thanks for all the help and thanks for the renders because I'm definitely using them and they look great.
Thank you, bud.
Craig Hagley, local Talladega. Holy moly.
Tarnadega.
Local Talladega Nights render master. Denny Carroll in the 41. Dude, what a finish that was, man. We were watching the Elliott's brothers door to door, and then Keith chooses to abandon Chris, and you give Greg a huge push, and all three of you guys go to the podium.
Yeah, well, I think that's Keith's first win over here, so that's awesome.
Well, yeah, you guys, I'm doing a dual Blaine. I brought Greg Level down here with us at the same time. I heard him saying, let's do it together. So start together. Denny and Greg.
Yeah, so
take some time on it.
Yeah, man. So like I was saying, so Keith wins the race, chooses to abandon Chris. Denny, lays the chrome horn to Greg, and you guys all three just drive straight to the podium. It was an absolutely fantastic finish. So talk amongst yourselves since we're all in here hanging out.
Yeah, I pushed him a little too hard earlier in the race and about turned him the wrong way.
Well, he turned him the right way there at that coming out of turn 3, like right down to that final chase to the yellow white check or whatever you want to call it. The race back situation.
Me and Greg was racing the fuel thing because we didn't think we was going to make it.
Okay, yeah, because we were thinking about that because we were talking to Seminara and he was saying you guys are going to be, he was showing about 1 lap shy. So even under yellow, obviously you guys made it around, but was it really that close?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't going to make it if it stayed green. I was going to have to pit.
Well, half a lap before the yellow, Greg said, I'm pitting.
Yeah, we all had a pit, Blaine. Most of us, probably 95% of us had a pit still.
Right. That's what we were waiting for because I was kind of disappointed that the accident happened back there to bring the yellow out because I was really looking forward to maybe that, 2-3 laps to go. Everybody having to make one last pit stop would have been crazy.
Well, some of those guys pitted right at the end of that last caution, so I don't know if they wouldn't have had to pit.
They topped off, yeah.
Well, I'm surprised too. We were watching Ray. He went down really late, and he wasn't inside the commitment line, but I was watching the stats, and it didn't give him a penalty. Nope. Oh, wait, maybe he did. Race. Maybe he did, actually. Is it 18? Was Ray number 18? No, it did give him a penalty. Yeah, unsafe pit entrance. So he did get it. But that's the crazy thing about it. You're thinking, oh, maybe I should go down. That's a little bit too late. Then you get a black flag. But maybe it's worth risking the black flag because then you have enough fuel to get to the end. So it's that kind of the coin you toss, right?
I think if we would have went back and topped off again before green, we still probably wouldn't have enough gas. I don't know if we would have stayed green. It would have been close. But, hey, hats off to Denny again. And the podium, and of course the champ, the shake and bake champ. He's still the champ, guys. Greg Level.
He's won half of these races.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. What do you eat for breakfast? Anyway, never mind.
Wheaties, baby. Cheerios.
Greg, real quick, man. Any shout outs, any thank yous, or anything you like to talk about? I thought it was a pretty darn awesome race.
Well, when I seen the 63 make his move on Chris, I told Denny, I said, I'm just going to stay with him, man. Try to get him a first place finish. It's just that's just the way it goes sometimes, the way it is. But I like pushing people to wins, man. I like it.
Hey, Keith's a good guy, and you guys, Denny, have you won in this series yet?
I don't know, but I told Greg, I said, if you're pushing, I'm pushing.
Yeah, so pushing is just as much as fun as just as much as winning. I just want to say thanks, guys, for coming out again. Big show tomorrow night. Of course, we won't have our main man, Blaine, but hey, he needs a little break himself once in a while. He'll come back to a kick butt 11th starting the chase race.
Well,
I'll
Brad
let
and
you
I-
talk to Blaine. Brad, you guys do your thing, and I'll move these boys back up when you're done.
Cool. Yeah, I was going to say, Brad and I will be calling race 10. Unfortunately, we'll just have to do it off of a replay. And Denny does have a win. He won race number 6.
See, I knew it.
No, you
I got to
didn't.
get
I
one
did.
tomorrow night.
Yes.
I don't have one for Saturday. I got to get me one tomorrow night. So
I don't either, Denny. I don't either.
Fix it.
I don't either. I got to get a good finish tomorrow night, man. I can't finish in the way in the back.
Oh yeah, I'm only 1 point out of the whole point lead for tomorrow night, fellas.
Hey, Blaine, he's looking at the website, I think. Look,
Yeah,
look at
so
the
am I.
website.
There is a website. It does exist. Yeah, it's amazing how between the two different series, how Greg has, 4 wins and is dominating the trucks, but then is currently sitting in 8th in the Shake and Bake series in the cars with no wins. So, let it rip. These things are shaped a little different, and they are a little bit different to drive. So awesome finish by everybody involved today, man. That was a lot of fun to watch. And you
I was
guys
being close, Blaine, on Saturdays. I finished second, third, second. And I just can't get that win, man.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple more chances. There's still 3 races left. Well, one before the championship, and then.
Yep.
Well,
I'm going
you
after
might-
that one little point tomorrow.
We might just keep you guys here together.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Well, we were fixing to come up and get you. We're going to wrap up with Greg and Denny real quick, but you guys will stay here. Go ahead, Blaine. You got the champ of the night in the room, Keith Bynum.
Keith Bynum, man, we were winding up to watch the Elliott brothers. They're door to door 1 and 2, and then that yellow comes out, and you abandon Chris, and Denny gave a wallop from 2 cars behind you that obviously you felt because they pushed you right into the win.
Yeah, exactly. And I appreciated that push. I hated to abandon Chris like that, but I had, as they said, I had not won a race as far as any of the event races, and I knew I couldn't make it all the way. I didn't pit. I stayed out like Chris and Jeffrey, and I guess the levels too. We didn't pit. We stayed out, and that was our only way of any chance was that there's going to be a yellow come out, and it did.
Well, see, and that's interesting in the points too, because you were 10th place. Now you win. Mark was right behind you in 11th place, and he's in 4th. Bob didn't make it tonight, so that's a free spot. And that championship, I mean, right now the results are unofficial results, but that whole bottom of that championship contenders just flipped right upside down, and Keith obviously got launched up a couple spots, and Mark's probably going to make it in as well. Fantastic race. I mean, it ended under yellow, but I mean, a race back to the yellow that late in the race with the fuel mileage thing, and it was a lot of fun to watch, man. Brad and I almost had heart attacks.
Oh, it was so exciting for the last bit there. Like you say, that gamble sure paid off. Staying out was a risky call, obviously, but that was the call to make. As you know what, when that yellow came out and everything kind of paid off. So I think all in, that was a pretty good gamble.
Yeah, I did exactly what I usually just push. I enjoy pushing people to the front because it takes me to the front and it gets me a good finish. And a lot of times I don't have opportunities to do what I did there on that last lap when that caution come out there. I'm not in that position, but I try to think that all the times that I do help people, even though they dump me after I get them up there, I appreciate.
Is he talking to me? Is he talking to me?
I mean, I pushed early in the race. I pushed these 2 brothers all the way to the front. I mean, to first and second, and I was right behind them. They dumped me and went to the inside line.
Well,
but it was okay. It was okay.
Keith,
it's all out of love.
Hey, Keith, this is to defend myself. Chris asked me, "Are you clear?" I said, "No, I'm not, because I don't want to leave Keith." And I thought we got back to the outside. We got more momentum. I thought you could have cleared him with me, but obviously you didn't. We felt bad. So
it's okay. I kept my nose clean that whole race and stayed out of trouble. I made sure I didn't bump nobody too hard. Last week I was in 5th place. I finished 5th really, except I bumped somebody on that last lap, and I I went into the pits as everybody crossed the start finish line, and I let everybody pass me as a penalty. But anyway,
awesome
fun race. This was fantastic. Thanks for hosting, Blaine. Thank you for the Talladega series, Talladega Nights, Jeffrey, Chris, and everybody else that's involved. Wednesday nights, we're just practicing right now, but we have Arrow 88 mod racing, which is the old style race cars, and we're going to be having tons of fun with that Wednesday nights. So anybody that wants to race, if you ain't been racing, come on.
Come on, bring it. Well, congratulations to Danny, Craig, and Keith. You guys are the hot studs tonight at the Fast and Furious final race of the season. We got the chase coming up, and I'll see you guys out there. I'll let the broadcasters finish up, guys. So thanks for coming out to Talladega Nights.
I got to hit the showers. I got champagne sprayed all over me, man. The guys, they just come out and just covered me up, man. It's all in my toolbox, too. It's just made a mess. Hey,
Keith.
Night, everybody.
Keith.
Thank you. It was fun.
I want to shout out to my beautiful wife. Woo, Bobby.
Good night.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, that congratulations to Keith there. That's a fantastic win for him, and the teamwork up front there, man. Like, can you believe that finish? I mean, yeah, it ended under yellow, but that late in the race, it's a checkered flag. You got me?
Oh yeah, no, I was sorry. I was just reeling in there, looking at some of the stats there as well too. Yeah, it was what a race it was. Like the final few laps, like you said, it's shaped up so nice and clean. They were racing side by side, and half a foot away from each other's bumper, and you're hoping for it to go clean, right? That would be
man. Like I was really hoping
a nice finish.
Because it would have been a fuel mileage race, like Jeff was saying, like 95% of those guys were going to have to pit for fuel because they weren't going to make it under full throttle. That would have been like a lap short, maybe even half a lap short, and it's
that would have been a crazy.
That would have been wild,
crazy to see.
Because then you're going to end up, with guys trying to hot pit and not trying to make a mistake. Like you can lose a race so easy on pit road, and that would have been crazy to watch that. But the fact that you've got the Elliott brothers running side by side, the yellow comes out, Keith, who hasn't won in a really long time, makes that move. Greg goes with him. Denny goes with him. Pushes him, not only pushes Keith to the win, but like they all got a 1-2-3 finish. Like they blasted by everyone. Because usually if you're pushing a guy, you're not going to end like if you're pushing the first place guy, you're usually going to get third because there'll be a car beside you.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a 1-2-3, so like they got such a massive push. All three of them passed everyone, and I'm like, you know what? I was looking for a fuel mileage thing, but to see Keith Bynum win, I mean, let's go. And especially the way that happened. He made the perfect call at the perfect time.
Totally redeemed himself.
You totally redeemed yourself. Yeah.
No, that was spectacular racing. Even, despite the crash and the few glitches that we had there, obviously that was too bad that obviously I can't remember who got taken out there and almost about their lap 30 there when the internet or power or whatever went out. But
yeah.
Always a few victims. It seems to be, not always, but there seems to be on occasion a few victims of storms or internet or some other hiccup in the, be it a computer issue or otherwise. And you're not immune to that. Obviously, at the beginning of the race, there was a hiccup there. And
yeah,
so
I just blame that one on Jeff because he regridded.
Oh,
my computer doesn't like the grid. I don't know why. If you regrid, it's like sometimes the game will crash if I have to get back in the car again. I don't know why, but that's just what happens. But no, great race all around. And now we are in, I don't even know. I could do some math right now. I'm pretty sure Mark starting the race in 11th. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the championship running now, with Bob not being able to make it tonight. And where did Bobby Farrell finish? Bobby Farrell finished in 12th with that's laps with 127 points for Bobby. Bobby might make it in too. So it's going to be really fun to see this. The administration teams are going to have to go over the replay and give it a look, because nothing is official until they, deem it official. So the results you see on your screen right now, currently unofficial until next couple days.
So when do they figure they will have those the races back there?
Well, one
Or
second.
the results back, sorry.
Something just happened to the feed there. You're currently offline, and then it came back online again. Huh. Interesting little glitch there again.
See, even YouTube can't run properly.
Yeah. I don't know how
It's
much
not
of that.
just us.
So, sorry, ask your question again.
Oh, I was just saying, how long did will we find out this evening for those, depending on, or is that a tomorrow, for them to tally up? That's not a hurry up and do it. I was more just curious to see.
Yeah, you
for
can
those
see
of us following
on
along
the,
at home.
Yeah, you can see right now on the TeamSpeak, the room called admins talk it out. Every single administrator and league owner is in there right now. So right now they will do a preliminary quick review of the incidents, because they can get an incident report, and they can, load up the replays, scrub around through the replay and stuff, and take a look at the incidents. But it won't be official probably until tomorrow. They're going to do it right now. Anything that needs another look, they'll all get a good night's sleep, and they'll talk about it again tomorrow, lock it all down. It really only comes down to if anybody caused an accident and didn't properly serve their penalty. The game won't require a penalty to be served in an accident situation, but the league does. If you feel like you caused an accident, you're just asked to pit the second time around and do full service, 4 tires and full fuel. That way it puts you near the back of the pack, and then you work your way back forward again. If you fail to do that, they dock you a lap at the end of the race.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a little gentleman's agreement, right? Where if they find that somebody caused an accident, malicious, it's never a malicious thing. It's just accidents are accidents here. Everybody's friendly. But it could come down to, you ruin somebody's race, and, you have to just say, hey, man, that was my fault. I'll pit second time by. And they'll make a note. Blaine said he caused that one. He's off the hook. Even if you think you didn't, you probably should, just to be safe.
Confess and get it off your chest. You feel better.
Or at the end of the race, you finish third, then they find out you did cause it and you didn't claim it, and now your third place goes to -1 lap. You could lose a lot of points. So sometimes it's best just to take it anyway. But yeah, I guess that's the show. What a race, man. That was high energy stuff going on. A couple internet glitches early, but as always, the team behind Talladega Nights. Yeah. The team behind Talladega Nights is Jeffrey Elliott and Chris Elliott, the owners. Bob Dixon, hopefully you're feeling better, buddy. I believe Bob owns the TeamSpeak server, which is how everybody's able to stay in contact. Well, that's what we're using right now to speak. And of course, Donnie Elliott on the website keeps that thing looking really good. So Donnie Elliott, the webmaster. And all the administrators like Craig and Ken and all those guys, Greg Palmer, the doorkeeper. It takes a lot of people to put this show on. And of course, Brad. You really
I just show up and say some words wrong, and then I sign off with something catchy. I haven't come up with anything catchy yet. I don't have anything, but if I think about it, you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, you need like a notepad of like catchy stuff to say.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? Unlike a wet noodle, the world spins in reverse. And we're all like, what the hell did that just mean?
I got a useless fact I could share with you.
Is it about peregrine falcons?
No, but it's an animal fact.
Oh, good.
So it's something that maybe you don't know. I remember I read this years ago, so I have no idea if this is true, but it sounded good, so I believed it. That
okay.
Carnivorous animal will not eat the corpse of another animal that has been struck by lightning. So, like if a bear comes across a deer that's been hit by lightning, it won't eat the deer, even if it just like got hit. I don't know if it's because it's cooked. It doesn't like but that's what I've read that somewhere. So I read it and I passed it on to you and presented it as a fact.
That's wild, because I thought there was going to be a punchline, but that wasn't a joke.
No, there was no joke. That was actually that's a science tip from Brad.
Science
Get some
tips.
nature on.
Yeah. Who knew that? You'd be watching a NASCAR simulation and you would get random wildlife quiz.
You also get some real wildlife in the background with my dog bark.
Apparently the dog barking, yeah. But yeah, thanks to everybody. He's like,
apparently everybody else got the message to be quiet except for the dog. I forgot to schedule a meeting with him next time. I will talk to my people about that.
He'll figure it out. He knows who's boss. But yeah, thanks to everybody involved. We've got Shadows on Fire music this evening. You can check them out with the links below. I shortened it using a tiny URL, so it's tinyurl.com/Shadows on Fire. Takes you to their Facebook page. You can find them on Facebook, of course, on YouTube, and of course, I'm using Spotify to play their music. Bob Seminara forwarding them to me. Of course, Craig Hagley for all these awesome renders you're looking at right now rolling across your screen of the cars and trucks on Friday and Saturday night. Bob Dixon, Jeffrey Elliott, Chris Elliott, Donnie Elliott, everybody involved with Talladega Nights. And of course, you, my friend, for helping me.
And us, but let's not forget too, so all the races up there and the people cheering on the YouTube comment section as well too. I like the live chat. It gives us a little insight to see who people are cheering for, and it's just nice to have a little bit of that audience participation as well too. So keep typing, and I'll do a better job of paying attention to the chat going forward. Tonight was better, but I'll be a little more on top of that too in case anybody has any questions, shout outs, wants to tell me to shut up. All the above. I'm very amenable to all these.
Yeah, I could type that in there. Brad, good. Shut up.
There. You know what? And that's it. I'll sign off with that. Shutting up.
Tarnation,
Brad.
It's like you yourself just told yourself to shut up, because Tarnation TV just texted that into the YouTube chat. But yeah, thank you to everybody.
Which is, I am one small part of Tarnation TV, so yeah. I will take my own advice.
It's neat how you've got people's family members and stuff, like wives. I don't know who these people are. Obviously, there's probably the wives and girlfriends and brothers and everybody else. Ben Schneider up there, Brent Schneider, number 4, he runs the Maverick League. And, the guys from other leagues are checking it out. Perry Bonds up there, Greg Firth, other drivers, right? Drivers that couldn't make it, but decided to watch it live. We thank you very much for participation. You get a trophy.
Do they?
The participation trophy. I thought you said you were giving those out.
I thought, see, that's the mix-up.
Oh, that's what's in that box on the table over there.
That's what's in that's where I put the rocket fuel for next race. But that's another secret I'll have to tell you. I'm only going to put it in 3 tanks next race. I'm going to sneak down to the pits, but I'm not going to tell you who until after the race is done.
That's it, yeah. It's funny how we call back to that, right? It's like a Dave Chappelle show, or like a Dave Chappelle stand-up set. You really have to watch the entire thing, because we mentioned that before in the broadcast. And if you're not listening right now, you didn't get the joke. It took us an hour to tell that joke.
That was season 1, episode 9, I believe, was where we first crafted that beauty. And now here we are on episode 10, race 10. So I'm treated like a Netflix show.
Yeah.
There's some deep cuts for the super fans out there.
If you wait 3 more weeks, you'll be able to binge watch the entire thing in a playlist on the Tarnation TV YouTube channel, because it does exist. And if you do like it, subscribe, hit the thumb bell, and give your strange uncle a high five, because he always overcooks the steaks at the barbecues.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
and if you think we're bad now, give us a couple more episodes and just skip ahead, because you'll be amazed how good we are 2 more episodes from now.
Oh, it's night and day. Every time we do this, man, we get tighter, and it's more fun every time we do it. So like I said, thanks again, man, for joining me on this.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Race number 10 tomorrow for the Shake and Bake will not be live, but we will figure out how to get it out to you a couple of days late. And if you are subscribed and you do have your notification bell, you will definitely see that. I just noticed on the stats here, Randy Claflin today's race. 2 laps down in 24th position.
Okay.
Status, no fuel.
Ooh.
I just realized that he ran out of gas, but actually beat Larry Windham, who was still running. Interesting.
Okay,
See what I mean? I keep looking at stuff on the stats here, and it's I'm like, oh, that's cool. He beat a guy who had gas. That's pretty neat. Anyhow, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Keep your stick on the ice.
Take about 10% off the top. Squirrely Dan.
He's the man, Squirrely Dan. Letterkenny, right?
You betcha.
How much more Canadian can we get?
Well, we could
Red Green Show, Letterkenny,
stick
Trailer
on
Park
the
Boys. Yeah.
Worst case, Ontario.
That's Trailer Park Boys, right?
That is.
Nice. We got it. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Tarnation TV. Thanks, Brad.
Have a good night, bud.